Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that is seeing the way things have unfolded or the outcome of their actions. And I feel like they're kind of like pouting or upset with themselves, realizing that there is an ending that their actions brought about, but almost like a, did I do that? I hope you know I'm quoting Urkel. Maybe some of you don't, but all right, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Or a lot. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Let's see, this is a little bit weird up here. There we go. Let's go with the situations deck. See what else we have for you. Yeah, a little bit of pouty energy. Oh, obsession, huh? Must have, indulgence, and entrapment, pregnancy, money, heartstrings. So maybe we have somebody that felt pretty confident that they could back another individual into a corner and get what they wanted from them, but they didn't. It's like, it's giving, I know you like me, so I can get what I want from you, and then not being able to get what you want from them. So maybe we have like a sense that somebody has been able to move forward or let go of something that was holding them back. Yes. All right. I like this. So we have somebody that is making moves, okay, doing something different, changing a lot in their life, or letting go of something that isn't working out. And this is because they felt like it was fake. They felt like somebody was pretending, or that they had to pretend. Hi there, Peggy. Hello, Tiana. Hello, Ben. Good morning, Kat. How we doing? So we have somebody moving on, moving up, moving on up. So lesson learned, and I think almost like a sense of holding your head high. Like, yeah, this has to come to an end, but that's okay. There's other things that I can do with my time or with my heart, whatever it is. It was your birthday? Oh, happy birthday. I hope you had a good time. All right, we got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there was somebody here that was constantly taking. And they lost out on some sort of friendship or connection, possibly a romantic connection. And it's because this wasn't an equal give and take, right? It's like low effort. And so there's an appeal or like an allure to a new chapter, new conversations, new people, new friendships, new places. Two of Swords and the Hermit, both in the reverse, followed by the Fool. I think somebody kind of showed their ass, you know, like assumed that they could use somebody or toy with somebody or let somebody else clean up their mess. And then they got told, oh, no, you're going to clean up your own vomit. Like literally, there's something here about, no, this person does whatever I say, so it's going to work out. It's fine. And then this person's like, no, actually, I decided you're not worth the trouble. So I'm out skis. Bye. I got new things to do, new people to hang out with. I don't need you and your user habits, whatever it is. That sounded really druggy. That's not what I was going for, but you know, like manipulating people into doing what you need. Eight of Swords in the reverse, Devil in the reverse, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Now, I gotta say, I don't really like, in general, getting a bunch of cards that are all in the reverse. However, having the Eight of Swords and the Devil in the reverse is not really a bad thing because we're talking about somebody who has been able to free themselves from this kind of feeling limited, right? So there's perhaps restrictions that have been lifted or a sense of freedom because somebody can, like move forward, look at different opportunities, see things more independently. And with the Devil in the reverse, we have somebody that's been able to let go of something that's been holding them back. Now, especially since we had the Death card, this feels to me like an ending, a friendship or a romantic breakup, that kind of thing, that liberates somebody or helps them finally address some, trauma or feelings that really needed to be dealt with, that they couldn't really deal with when they were around this other individual. Maybe it was just a little bit too toxic an environment. So we have the Three of Wands, Five of Cups, Ten of Swords. So while one person is excited for the future, making plans, making changes, this could involve, for example, somebody who's changed their job, changed where they live, decided to move across the country, decided to let go of a habit or a community. We have somebody that's like doing pretty well for themselves, being watched by a person who feels like they have like lost that connection, right? I fumbled that one, that kind of vibe. All right, this is the Fairy Lenormand. Okay. Well, I don't know why, but what just popped into my mind is the idea of, I think it was a fairy tale called The Princess and the Pea, where you had to find a little tiny vegetable in a giant stack of mattresses. I feel like there's somebody here who appreciates that they're on like a little bit of a search or that life is a journey, right? And they might have to cut people out or have some endings, maybe even make some kind of serious pivots in their life. But it works out because it enables them to get to this point where they're with somebody that they can really trust. This ring is, of course, more romantic than not. So I think for most of you, this is a romantic situation, but I think it's also worth mentioning this is something of value. And I'm picturing like cutting away all of these sticks or branches so that you can find the gold, right? Sometimes you have to kiss a few frogs, right? Sometimes you have to go through some betrayals or some difficult breakups before you get to the point where you have that relationship that really, is the one, right? Okay, let's go with the Marigold Tarot. Five of Cups in the reverse, the Hanged Man in the reverse, Nine of Cups, and Ten of Cups. So we have somebody coming out of a daze, waking up, if you will, seeing things for the way they really are, removing the rose-colored glasses, whatever you want to call it, right? But there's still some action that needs to be taken. So it feels to me like somebody's made up their mind or they've maybe even started planning something, but they do need to actually have this conversation or take this action, make a move towards what it is that they really want to be doing. Because it feels to me like this is somebody rejecting a love situation that isn't really feeling right and moving towards a love situation that is pretty amazing. Three of Swords in the reverse and the High Priestess in the reverse. Yeah, there was somebody hiding a part of themselves from you. And I feel like you've made a discovery to a certain degree. Maybe you don't have all of the details. Maybe you don't want all of the details. But I do feel like you've already started the process of letting go or processing, what you've learned or what you've dealt with in this challenging relationship where someone was pretending or wearing a mask. I think you have a really strong bullshit meter right now. So if somebody was trying to pull one over on you, I think you would be almost like Chuckles the Clown about it. Like, you really trying to like do that right now? Like, I will slap you into the next dimension. Don't even fuck with me right now. I feel like you have very little patience for people doing that kind of thing right now. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, we have that up here. So same column. This is unequal, right? Not a fair give and take or equal give and take. And so as a result, we have somebody realizing, you know what? I'm worth more. Like this Queen of Cups is saying, I've seen how you've treated me, or I've seen how you interact with me, and it's lacking, right? It's not what I'm looking for, or it's not what it should be. It's not what you used to do, whatever it is, right? There's like a tallying, like this isn't, it's not enough. We have the Hermit and the Upright, which I'm really excited to see because we had him in the reverse over here. And the Queen of Swords in the reverse. I kind of feel like I need to give you a hug because it feels to me like basically you looked at somebody as a prize or like a good friend, somebody that you could hang out with or, enjoy spending time with. And then you did a double take. You look back and you're like, holy shit, you're a bitch. I thought you were cool. And it turns out you're a bitch. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Not a very nice person, okay? This is somebody who is verbally abusive or exceedingly dishonest. Uses information or words against people. This is somebody who would be pretty well acquainted with gaslighting. And you see them for who they are. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Rings or Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. There's a failure of trust here, a failure of somebody, honestly, that I feel like you thought you could trust. Like, I thought I knew you better. I thought I could rely on you to be there for me. I thought I could count on you to have, morals in that situation. But I feel a pretty strong sense of disappointment in this person in terms of how they behave. All right, we're going to get a few from the Kipper. Occupation. Bad health. Number 34 and number 31 and now number 33. So 30s are important for some reason. We do have an impact to somebody's health, a concern over whether or not they're going to be able to work as much as they need to or make things happen. Maybe they've taken a little bit too long. Maybe they have pissed off somebody that is critical to the work that they do. Whatever it is, we have somebody here that's realizing they made a mistake. They did something they shouldn't have done. All right, this is the Rider-Waite, which I don't think I've shown you all. Here's the second deck that I randomly found when I was cleaning. So, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to make like a double deck. A double decker tarot reading, okay? That would be fun, right? I don't know if my hands can handle it. I'd be like, all right, we have the Tower in the reverse. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Wow. Okay, that's like a gut punch right there. Tower in the reverse, Ace of Cups in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is basically saying, hey, I told you what you needed to do. I showed you the signs. I saw the sign, but I didn't do what you told me. Now I lost all I had. I shouldn't joke about that, but the Tower in the reverse is literally you didn't listen. You didn't change what you needed to change. You didn't, do your spring cleaning, whatever it is. So now things are changing without your input. Now things are changing without your say. And I feel like this is how the person who felt like they could trap other people or could control other people, I feel like that's how they're feeling. Because they treated others with a lack of respect or genuine care, we have somebody that is losing the support that they relied upon in others, in those people they mistreated, right? So this loss that probably would have happened for them anyways is magnified because they've made it worse for themselves, right? So you could have had a minor loss, but now there are additional things that have crumbled, additional relationships that have been impacted. So we might have a sense of like gossip or some chatter going around town in terms of who this person is, what they did, what's wrong with them, how could they do that? And it is affecting their job. All right, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Star in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands. A major step backwards, a bad mental health day, somebody who feels like they've gotten attention for the wrong reason, or that everybody's talking about their mistake or their misstep, right? I know you're over there huddled in the corner talking about, what I did, that kind of vibe. With the Eight of Wands, it feels like this is talk that you don't really want to know about. There's that fine line where you're like, no, I really want to know what did you say? And then like, I don't want to hear what you had to say. I've heard enough, that kind of thing. We have somebody moving over to the, like, I don't think I need to hear it. Judgment in the reverse, Strength in the reverse. This is accompanying the Page of Cups. Look, sometimes, thank you, Tiana, you're the best. Sometimes you have to make an apology and it's difficult to do. But I feel like this is somebody who did the very minimum in terms of an apology. Probably surrounded it with a bunch of like extenuating circumstances and justifications and excuses, to the point where it didn't feel like an apology at all. And this was exposing someone's weakness, even as they felt like they were protecting themselves from judgment. They were only making it worse. Okay. Sometimes in your like ferocious like attempt to get this particular thing, you end up over here and you lose that. Like by trying to not have as much accountability, somebody signed themselves up for more accountability where people looked at them like, really? You couldn't just say, I'm sorry. You couldn't just say, that was my bad. Probably could have done that better. So they made it worse for themselves. We have the Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Notably in the upright, after we have had both in the reverse. So here's the deal. There's somebody else on the scene, okay? Somebody who is seen as capable of having these difficult conversations, somebody who is seen as fair and just. This combination of the Queen of Swords and that Six of Pentacles is really beautiful. Honestly, it's I'm going to make things right is the energy, right? And we have the World here signifying the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. So whoever's been harmed or hurt in this situation where somebody was really like focused on themselves and not wanting to take accountability, you're going to do quite well. Things are moving in your favor, okay? It's going to be made right for you. But this person over here that didn't want to apologize or didn't know how to handle accountability, they got a little bit of a bumpy ride ahead of them. All right, let's get a few from the Crow Tarot. Yeah, it confuses me too, Peggy. I think it really boils down to whether or not people listen to their intuition. If we all listened to our intuition, people who suck wouldn't get very far. But unfortunately, we have, I think, a lot of people that are working on becoming better with their intuition and might miss little clues like these people just being, too self-absorbed for anything good, right? I shouldn't be that harsh. You can be self-absorbed and still have value and still add, worth, right? But we have somebody here that was really only in it for themselves and didn't really care what anybody else said or what anybody else needed. We do have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, the Two of Cups in the reverse, and the Five of Swords. We have somebody here who is, they throw temper tantrums. This is somebody who will cause breakups or drama between other people. So it's like, okay, I've had an argument with this person. I'm going to tell you all about it and vilify this person to you so that you choose my side and you don't choose them, right? Like we're just going to divide all of this. That action of dividing people based on what works for you and not giving them all that, information to make their own decision, that's coming back on this Queen of Swords in the reverse in a bad way, right? Tell me more about the Eight of Wands. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, everyone's talking about the instability, the fallout, the consequences of somebody's actions here, because the truth has come out, even though they were trying to hide it. Aww, that's really sweet. We have good news coming in though. So for not the Queen of Swords who's got some karma to sort through, but for somebody else here, we have a really beautiful love story coming in, almost as if to say you've dealt with a lot of difficult things, you handled yourself well, you've earned a little bit of a breath of fresh air. So I do feel like there's a new romantic interest coming in here that's going to make it easy to forget about this drama or this toxic bullshit. Yep, so we have the Magician and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Be cautious. There is going to be an attempt here to kind of mask who this person is. So you might have, for example, a friend who takes a look at their Tinder profile and says, nah, that's just not a good idea for you. Be cautious and verify everything, okay? Don't take everybody else's opinion as truth, because there is something here about you standing up for what makes sense for you or pursuing what you want. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, you get bad advice here. You just need to not worry about it, because this Knight of Cups, this is like an offer coming your way. And I feel like somebody's looking for the negative in it. So maybe they're jealous. Maybe they have unrealistic standards. I don't know. You have the Star in the reverse and the Eight of Swords. The person who was struggling to be held accountable and who lied is going to be held back in some regard. So if you're worried about them making things difficult, just remember to be a little bit more, I don't know, guarded or secretive even in terms of what you post online. If you control the flow of information, I feel like this person's not going to be an issue for very long. We do have the King of Cups in the reverse though. So at some point, there's going to need to be some work on the communication between you and your new love interest. So do what you can to be, direct, straightforward. It's not always easy, but sometimes you just have to rip the Band-Aid off and talk to people, without a care of what are you going to think. This is just what I have to ask. This is just what I have to say. So here it is. That kind of thing. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Oh, hello, Larry. How are you doing? What am I talking about? Well, you might have to go and start the reading over again because you caught me at the very end. But, hello, Redbeard. How are you? Sending my love to all of you and a big hug. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next reading.